Very good morning, my fellow colleagues and dear students. Warm welcome in this induction program, another day, and we are beginning this day with another excellent session on importance of physics, and that is going to be delivered by Dr. Nitin Sheke sir. I am taking this an opportunity to introduce the speaker of this session, Dr. Nitin Sheke. Sir, he has completed his graduation, post-graduation in physics, and after that he has completed Doctor of Philosophy. In physics again. Then sir is having 14 years of experience of teaching at undergraduate level. Sir has completed one research project on development and studies of high performance nanostructured zinc selenide thin films for optoelectric applications. And sir has a number of publications to his credit. He has presented papers in various conferences. So it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Nitin Sheke sir. And now I hand over this session to Sheke sir. Over to you, sir. Please.
Okay, sir. So first of all, good morning to all of you. Am I audible too? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
First of all, I welcome all of you in VPKBIT. I am Dr. Nitin Sheke, working as an assistant professor. Now, today we are going to discuss about the importance of physics in the engineering, and then we are going to discuss about the which concepts or which are topics we have to study in the first semester of the first year, as well as the second semester of the first year also. Okay, so as we know that you all are the students of science, because you all are completed well science. Now science has three different branches, that is physics, chemistry and biology, which you learn in the well standard. So firstly, what is meant by this science? The science is defined as the intellectual and practical activity, including the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. So because without observation and without experiment, there is no any calculation or no any physical law is established. So suppose we consider one example. You all are known about the second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion. Now from this Newton's second law of motion, we get one equation, that is F is equal to ma, that is which is also known as the force equation. So where this F stands for force, M stands for mass of that object, and A stands for acceleration of the object. Now this equation is formulated with the observation as well as the experiment, and then this equation is predicted and this equation is completely established, so completely validated. So this is done in the science. So science is nothing but intellectual and practical activity consisting the systematic study of the structural and behavioral study of the physical and natural world through the observation and experiment. As I had earlier told that this science divided into number of branches. This science is divided into number of branches, and among these branches we are focused on the main branches. So this science is divided into 5 main branches. First is physics, second chemistry, third is biology. These 3 branches you well known about this. Then the fourth is earth science. The students which are from civil branch, they have to study this earth science in their core subjects. So earth science, in which the study of the earth is takes place. Then the last, that is fifth branch of science, it is space science. Space science means the science which is study with the environment or in the space also. So these are the five main branches of the science. Among these five main branches, we are focused or we are concentrated on this first branch, that is the physics. So what is meant by physics? You learn from 8th standard. So what is physics? Can anyone give the definition of physics? So while we are come across the physics, then we always came across the example that a fruit of apple is fall on the head of the Newton. न्यूटनच्या डोक्यावर एक सफरचंदाचं फळ पडलं आणि ते सफरचंद पडल्यानंतर तिथून पुढे जे काय सुरुवात झाले ते सगळं म्हणजेच फिजिक्स. यामध्ये मेकॅनिक्सचा मॅक्झिमम पार्ट येतो, क्लासिकल मेकॅनिक्स. आणि ही जेव्हा this fruit fall on the head of the Newton, then the three different laws of motions are established. These are known as the Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion. There are three different laws: first law, second law, and the third law. Okay. So as similar to this, there is another law which is known as the law of gravitation. आणि हे जे लॉज आहेत हे लॉज मेकॅनिक्स मध्ये तुम्हाला स्टडी करावे. म्हणजे फिजिक्स चा पार्ट आला की प्रत्येक ठिकाणी हे एक्झाम्पल येतात की ज्यामुळे फिजिक्स ची सुरुवात झाली. Then now what is physics? The physics is a branch of science. Physics is a branch of science. As we say, the science has 5 different main branches: physics, chemistry, biology, earth science, and the space science. So among these 5, physics is the one of the branch, and this physics is nothing but a branch of science which deals with the structure of matter and interaction between the fundamental constituent of the observable universe. So the entities which we observe in the universe, there is interaction between all these entities, and this interaction we have to study in a branch which is considered as the physics. It is considered as the physics. So in physics, the structure of matter and interaction between the fundamental entities of the observable universe is studied. So this branch is considered as the physics. So generally, this physics is also concerned with all the aspects of nature on the macroscopic as well as microscopic level. Macroscopic means the material or the entities which we can easily observe with our naked eyes, and microscopic means these entities cannot be observed with our naked eyes. So this physics is concerned with all the aspects of nature on the macroscopic as well as microscopic level. Okay. So now this physics is also defined as the branch of science concerned with the natural properties of matter and light. So in this here we take one example. Suppose a light is entered from this side. When this light is entered and incident on this prism, then it enters into the prism. When it enters into the prism, this light is divided into 7 different colors and come out with the dispersion. So this phenomena, it is considered as the dispersion of light. So this dispersion is nothing but separation of light when it passes from rarer medium into denser medium. So this phenomena, it is the natural phenomena. So such type of the natural phenomena is studied in the physics. So this physics is a branch of science which concern with the natural properties of matter as well as energy. Now this matter of physics here, natural properties of matter, which is included in the matter of physics. So this matter of physics includes mechanics, heat, light and radiations, sound, electricity, then magnetism, and the structure of atom. So this study, physics is a branch of science which study the natural properties of matter and light. So this natural property includes these part, that is mechanics, heat, light, and radiation, sound, electricity, magnetism, and the structure of atoms. So how the atomic structure is takes place. So all this study is done in the branch of science which is considered as the physics. Now, this in from this in general we can say that, or in short we can say that physics is nothing but a branch of science which deals with the natural phenomena with observation and experiment. I can repeat. So here physics is nothing but a branch of science which deals with the natural phenomena with observations and experiments. Okay. So now this study, the physics is nothing but study of the natural phenomenon. So this study includes here structure of atom. This study also include the effect of heat on the different materials. Effect of heat on different materials. So first it is just 1 minute. So first it is in this study the structure of atom is studied, so it is considered as the atomic physics. It is atomic physics. Then the effect of heat on the different material is studied in the another branch of physics which is known as the thermodynamics. Therm means heat, dynamics means effect of the effect on the material due to the heat. So heat, which is studied in the effect of heat is studied in the thermodynamics. Then the second, light, effect of the different light, when light is passing through one medium to another medium. Then the effect of this light is studied in the another branch of physics which is known as the optics. It is known as optics. So then the force, we all the different force, gravitational force, electromagnetic force, and another third force is nuclear force. So all these forces are applied on the body. Then effect of these forces is studied in the branch of this physics which is known as the engineering mechanics. It is known as, or simply it is known as the mechanics. In yesterday's session you discussed about the mechanics. So this effect of the force on the different materials can be studied in the mechanics. So this is the another part of the physics. Then now you all are known about a conductor. Conductor means a material through which the electricity can easily pass, that is considered as the conductor. So when electric current is passing through such type of the conductor, then a magnetic field is produced around that conductor. Magnetic field is produced around that conductor. So this magnetism is produced due to the flow of electric current. So this type of the effect is studied in the branch which is known as the magnetism. This magnetism is also, in this magnetism also there is magnetic properties of the magnetic material is also studied. So this is another part, another branch of the physics. Then inertia, this inertia is inertia and friction. These two are the part of the again mechanics, force, inertia and friction. These are the three parts of the mechanics. So inertia means study of the inertia is also takes place in this part. Study of friction is also takes place in the mechanics. Then gravity gravity is the force due to which the material or the object is attracted toward the surface of the earth. That force is considered as the gravitational force, or it is known as the gravity. So this gravity is also studied in the gravitational, it is studied in the gravitation. There is a one chapter in the 12th standard in which you study about the gravitational force Okay, name of that chapter is gravitation, in which satellite you studied about the satellite critical velocity, then binding energy, by all these concepts you study in the 12th standard in uh, gravitation. Then the next is the sound. Now, when the buildings are formed, and that at that time, the acoustic of that building is also studied. So this sound effect in that building has studied as, which is known as the acoustic. So this acoustic is also another branch of the physics. And last is the electricity. Electricity here we consider that electric current is flowing through the conductor, and due to this electric field, magnetic field is produced around that conductor. But what is this electric current? This electric current is nothing but the flow of electrons from one terminal to another terminal. So this electricity study of electricity is takes place in this part. So it is also another. So this study includes the behavior of object under the action of applied forces, as well as nature and origin of gravitational, electromagnetic, and nuclear forces. So these physics is the branch of science which study the natural phenomena with observations and experiment, and this study includes the behavior of objects under the action of applied forces, as well as nature and origin of the gravitational, electromagnetic, and nuclear forces. Okay, so this uh, is about the physics. Then this physics has different branches. Same, these are the classical physics, in which Newton's laws of motions are applicable. Then modern physics, in which different laser and different optical fiber, all these are included in the modern physics. Then nuclear physics, you study radioactivity. Radioactivity is included in this nuclear physics. Atomic physics, in which the atomic structure is studied. Geophysics, which is related to the earth science. Then biophysics, which is related to the biological entities. Then mechanics, in these mechanics, acoustics, optics, thermodynamics, and astrophysics. So these are the 11 different branches of physics. Then why this physics is important? So that is importance of the physics in engineering. Importance of the physics in engineering. So engineering is, what is meant by this engineering? The engineering is nothing but a combination of physics, maths, and art. Engineering is a combination of physics, maths, and art. So here, each of these subjects contains its own importance. Each of these subjects contains its own importance. Without any subject, no another subject can be complete. Means each of these subjects complete the one another, and they are useless without each other. They are useless without each other. So here, suppose we consider these three subjects, and the combination of these three subjects is nothing but the engineering. So if we remove one subject from this, then there is no any meaning of the remaining two subjects. So each of these subjects complete the one another, and they are useless without each other. So engineers should build the accurate, strong, and artistic structures by using these subjects. So with the help of these subjects, engineers can build accurate, strong, and artistic structures. Okay. So physics and mathematics help each other all the way to make the structure. So physics give the different phenomena or different concept related to that structure. Mathematics give the calculation related to that structure, and with the help of this physics and mathematics, engineer can make the structure. So these physics, mathematics is important part of the engineering. Then now here we need to use mathematics to prove the magic of physics. So So without mathematics, physics is not complete. Without physics, mathematics is not complete. So to use mathematics, we need to use mathematics to prove the magic of physics, and then we will find our way. Then we will find our way. Simple. Here, यामध्ये आपण एक example consider केलं होतं. If we consider any structure, then this structure we have to build, or this structure is built accurately, and for the building of this structure, physics concept as well as the mathematical calculation is must, or physics concept as well as mathematics is required, and with the help of this physics and mathematics we can find our way, or we can build the structure accurately. Okay, so from this discussion, in one sentence we can say that the physics is a cause of engineering. That means engineering is because of the physics, but without physics concept. So physics is a cause of engineering without physics concept. Here concepts are not studied, only concepts are used. These concepts are studied in physics. So in engineering, only their concepts are used, and mathematical calculation are done for the building of any structure. So for this, the physics is important part of the engineering. Then what is engineering again? Again, according to the definition given by the Accreditation Board of Engineering and Technology, now this engineering is a profession in which knowledge of the mathematical and natural science is applied with judgment to develop ways to utilize economically the materials and forces of nature for the betterment of mankind. For the betterment of mankind, and utilize the economical materials for the building or for the profession. Mathematics as well as natural science is applied. So according to this ABET, the engineering is a profession in which knowledge of the mathematical and natural sciences is applied to utilize economically the materials and forces of nature for the betterment of the mankind. Simple example we consider. Suppose we consider one building. We consider a building. So how much material do we have to use for this house, for this building? या building साठी किती material आवश्यक आहे? So the answer of this question can be given with the help of physics calculation, physics as well as mathematical calculation. So for this here, this physics is very important part of the engineering. Now again, here this physics is applied in civil engineering as well as computer engineering as well as electrical, mechanical. So physics is important in all engineering. So physics is one of the broadest, deepest and most closely related human sciences to nature. Physics is one of the broadest, deepest and most closely related human sciences to the nature. Now this physics is accompanied with the human thinking since ancient civilization, where intellectuals have tried to explain the natural phenomena seen and tried to know their causes and laws. For example, again we consider the same example, which is equal to F is equal to ma. So this equation is formulated with the help of different experiments, so that this physics accompanied with human thinking since ancient civilization, where intellectuals have tried to explain the natural phenomena which they see and try to know their causes and laws. Okay, so first example we consider the Saparchan वरून पडल्यानंतर number of questions are arises why the fruit is come in downward direction, and because of this question a gravitational law is introduced or gravitational law is formulated. So this physics is accompanied with the human thinking from the since ancient civilization. Now, this physics definition is varied from different era. but it is generally related to the natural phenomena. So that we define this physics as the physics is a branch of science which deals with the natural phenomena. Then this subject of physics, the subject of physics interferes with almost all sciences. Subject of physics is interfere with almost all sciences, which all sciences, and its method has entered explanation in all disciplines. Its method has entered explanation in all disciplines, which was greatly influenced in the 19th century by the development of physics. So because of the development of physics, different concepts can be explained in all disciplines. So because of all this, physics is important part of the engineering. Now then, first year, in first year you studied the different subjects: physics, chemistry, mathematics, then system of mechanical engineering, then workshop practical is also there. Basic electrical engineering or basic electronics engineering, PPS, that is programming and problem solving. So among these, we are concentrated on this engineering physics. As in the previous session, Dr. Nitin Jadhav told you about the engineering physics and engineering chemistry. Engineering chemistry and engineering physics is divided into two groups. Group A, that is the first group A. In that group A, engineering physics, while group B will be studied about the engineering chemistry. So group A has engineering physics, where group B has engineering chemistry. So this engineering physics has theory lectures, 4 theory lectures per week, then practicals, 2 lectures per batch, 2 lectures per batch. Then ISC means internal exam, in-sem examination, which consists of 30 marks. Then end sem exam, it is of 70 marks. So total theory paper is of 100 marks. And then this practical is of 25 marks. So this engineering physics, this paper is of totally 125 marks. 125 marks. And this engineering physics carry the credits. Total credits are 5. Total 5 credits are there. Okay. So this engineering physics in first semester, if you have engineering physics, and then in second semester you will have to study the engineering chemistry. Then lastly we discuss about the syllabus of the engineering physics. So there again, each subject divided into 6 units, unit 1 to 6. So in engineering physics, first unit is of wave optics. This wave optics consists of three different phenomena. First is interference, second diffraction, and third is the polarization. Interference, diffraction and polarization. आता पहा, यामध्ये हे जे तिन्ही कन्सेप्ट जे आहेत किंवा तिन्ही फेनॉमेना जे आहेत, हे तिन्ही फेनॉमेना तुम्ही 12th ला study केलं. Even though these phenomena are introduced in your engineering physics syllabus, because here these interference, diffraction and polarization are related to the application related to application. म्हणजे यामध्ये मला काय शिकायचंय की इंटरफरन्सचे ऍप्लिकेशन, डिफ्रॅक्शनचे ऍप्लिकेशन, पोलरायझेशनचे ऍप्लिकेशन. 12th स्टँडर्ड पर्यंत तुम्ही जे शिकलात, इट इज बेसिक concept related to these three phenomena. Now in this syllabus we have to discuss about the engineering applications of these phenomena, that is interference, diffraction and polarization. In interference, for example, anti-reflection coating, then the measurement of the thickness of surface, or measurement of the flatness of the surface, we have to discuss in the interference. Diffraction, you all are known about the diffraction, application of the diffraction, which is used in the Rayleigh criteria. We can find diffraction grating with the help of this diffraction. Then polarization. So these three different phenomena we have to study in the first unit, which is known as wave optics. Now this This bracket indicates the total number of lectures required to complete this unit. Then second unit is laser and optic fiber. This unit is completely new for you. So laser and optic fiber. In this unit, we have to discuss the introductory part of the laser and different types of the laser. For example, helium neon laser, semiconductor laser, or carbon dioxide laser. We have to discuss in the laser part. Then the second part of this chapter is optic fiber. Optic fiber, you all are known about this optic fiber. We have to discuss about the optic fiber, then construction of the optic fiber, then acceptance angle, then numerical aperture, and the different applications of this optic fiber in the technology. Then the third unit number 3 is based on the quantum mechanics. So this part is completely new for you. This quantum mechanics consists of a number of derivations in which exponential time dependent as well as exponential time independent wave equation. Then when a particle is enclosed in a rigid body, rigid infinite potential wave, then the equation for the energy of that particle, we have to derive one derivation for this. So this quantum mechanics is the unit number 3 in which you have to study the different wave equations. In this also we have to study the uncertainty, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Okay. Then the next unit is unit number 4. It is semiconductor physics. You all are known about the semiconductor. So types of semiconductor, then transistor, p-n junction, diode, you learn in the 12th standard. But here in this unit, we have to discuss the concept, concept related to the Fermi energy level, then position of Fermi energy level, the derivation for the position of Fermi energy level. Similarly, conductivity of conductor as well as semiconductor. Conductivity of conductor as well as semiconductor, and we have to discuss about the solar cell also, application of the semiconductor devices, that is solar cell. So we have to discuss the solar cell as well as the one effect is there. In this we have to discuss Hall effect also. So this is the 4th unit, semiconductor physics. Then unit number 5. In unit number 5, there are again 2 different parts, magnetism and another is superconductivity. In magnetism, first is the basic concept related to the magnetism. Then secondly, origin of the magnetism. Origin of the magnetism, that means how magnetic properties are takes place in the material, we have to discuss in the magnetism. Then the different types of magnetic material, for example, diamagnetic, paramagnetic, and ferromagnetic. There is also another fourth type, that is anti-ferromagnetic, but here we have to discuss only 3: diamagnetic, paramagnetic, and ferromagnetic. Among these 3, diamagnetic takes most important, because we have to focus on this diamagnetic material, because this diamagnetic material exhibits the superconductivity property. So second part of this chapter is the superconductivity. So this superconductivity is completely unknown to you. The superconductivity means, suppose if we consider a conductor, then this conductor has its own resistance. It has its own resistance. Now, if the temperature of that conductor increases, then resistance of the material also goes on increasing. That means, as temperature increases, the resistance of the metal also goes on increasing. Similarly, if the temperature decreases, then the resistance of that metal also goes on decreasing. But there are some materials or there are some metals in which, where the temperature decreases at a particular temperature, decreases up to a particular temperature, then the resistance of that material suddenly drops to 0. it suddenly drops to zero. This resistance resistance will become now zero. So that material is considered as the superconductor. It is considered as superconductor. For example, mercury चा जो टेम्परेचर आहे, मर्क्युरीचा टेम्परेचर 4.2 केल्विन पर्यंत आल्यानंतर मर्क्युरीचा रेजिस्टन्स हा सडनली झिरो होईल. कारण 4.2 केल्विन नंतर टेम्परेचर जरी डिक्रीज केलं टेम्परेचर जरी कॉन्स्टंट राहिलं तरी सुद्धा त्या पर्टिक्युलर टेम्परेचरला मर्क्युरीचा रेजिस्टन्स हा सडनली झिरो होतो. म्हणजेच मर्क्युरी इज ए superconductor, and the property which is exhibited by that superconductor, that is known as the superconductivity. Now we have to study in this type of some properties of these superconductors. Then types of the superconductors we have to study under this superconductivity part. So this about unit number 5, magnetism, and another is the superconductivity. Then last unit, that is unit number 6. So this unit number 6 is non-destructive testing and nanotechnology. Again here there are two different parts. NDT, this non-destructive testing, in short it is called as NDT, and another part is the nanotechnology. In this NDT you have to study different methods for the testing, non-destructive methods for the testing. यामध्ये तुम्हाला वेगवेगळ्या मेथड स्टडी करायच्या टेस्टिंग साठीच्या. आणि त्यानंतर सेकंड पार्ट आहे, दिस सेकंड पार्ट इज द नॅनोटेक्नॉलॉजी. इन दिस नॅनोटेक्नॉलॉजी वी हॅव टू स्टडी अबाउट द different properties of the nanoparticle. So first, what is meant by nanoparticle, then the different properties of the nanoparticles, and then lastly nanotechnology, use of this nanoparticle or nanotechnology in the different field, for example engineering, scientific field, then medical field, etc. All these applications we have to study in the nanotechnology. So this syllabus is totally divided into these 6 units: wave optics, laser and optics fiber, quantum mechanics, semiconductor physics, magnetism and superconductivity, non-destructive testing, and nanotechnology. So each unit contains 8 lecture, minimum 8 lecture to complete this. Okay, so this is about the engineering physics. Okay, then books, there are 3 textbooks for the engineering physics. First is engineering physics by Abdunulu Sirsagar, by S. Chand publication. This book is available in our library. A textbook of optics M. Subramaniam and Rizlan. It is also published by S. Chand publication. Then engineering physics by Gaur and Gupta, SL Gaur and SK Gupta, Dhanpat Rai publication. This engineering physics, this book is very nice. हे पुस्तक जे इंजिनिअरिंग फिजिक्स गौर अँड गुप्ता, हे जे पुस्तक आहे हे खूप छान पुस्तक आहे. इंजिनिअरिंग फिजिक्स साठी यासारखं दुसरं पुस्तक नाही. So engineering physics Gaur and Gupta, which is published by Dhanpat Rai and Sons publication. So these books are available in our library. You can use these books. Then there are some reference books also. So first is Fundamentals of Physics, Resnick and Halliday, John Willey and Sons publication. Then for optics, Jenkins and White, Tata McGraw Hill. Then the Principles of Physics, Survey and Jewett, Saunders College Publishing. Then fourth is the Introduction to Solid State Physics, Charles Kettle, published by Willey and Sons. Principle of Solid State Physics, H.V. Keel, published by New Age International. And last is the Laser and Non-Linear Optics, which is written by B.P. Lord, published by the Oscar publication. These reference books are also available in library. You can use for your study. Okay. Then in this engineering physics we have to perform 8 experiments. So list of these experiments is given here. First is Newton's ring experiment. Second is plane diffraction grating for the determination of unknown wavelength. Then the third is Malus law. Then fourth is the determination of band gap of a given semiconductor. Then fifth is based on the solar cell characteristic, and with this solar cell characteristic, we have to measure the open circuit voltage and short circuit current as well as fill factor. Then the sixth experiment is laser based experiment, which, and in this we have to determine the number of lines per centimeter of the gratings. Number of lines per centimeter of the grating. So in this case, we use laser as well as grating element, and with the help of laser and grating element, we have to determine the number of lines present on the surface of that grating element. Then seventh experiment we have to perform, that is determination of absorption coefficient of sound of a given material. So when sound is produced, that sound is absorbed by the material, and that absorption coefficient we have to calculate or we have to determine with the help of sound meter. And last is the half shade polarimeter, which is based on the polarization. So this we have to find specific rotation and specific rotation. With the help of specific rotation, we have to find the concentration of the solution. Okay, so these are the 8 experiments we have to perform in one semester. Okay, so all this is about the importance of physics as well as the syllabus of our engineering physics. Okay, thank you. Sonam sir, hello.
Hello, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Yes. Are there some students who want to ask some question? Questions are welcome. See, the session has to be communicative. So that indicates that the session has been conducted in a healthy manner. So be frank and you can ask.
मुझे दूसरा भी थोड़ा बोलना है.
जाधव सर एवढं कंप्लीट होतं, त्यांना कोणाला काही विचारायचं असेल तर नंतर. Is there any question?
So, there is not question, but they are demanding for the attendance link, sir. Yes, that is with us, and I am taking now this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Nitin Shetty, sir. This has been another wonderful session on the importance of physics. So you know that 50% of the students are going to learn physics in the first semester, whereas the remaining are going to learn in the second semester. And that is very much connected, as we have seen during yesterday's expert session on engineering mechanics. And Shekhar sir has given the presentation in a very excellent way. He has started with what is science, what is engineering, and he has elaborated the contents of the physics curriculum excellent way. So thanks a lot, sir. I think that this is enough time to catch up the link of the attendance, and I want to say that if Sachin madam wants to add something, she can add. Sachin madam.
Thank you, Dr. Sherke, for your nice presentation. I think after the presentations, the students, if you have any queries, you can ask related to the session. So as there is no one who is speaking. All right.